Hey guys, I am back with another video. So in this video, we will doing the PUBG test between the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra versus the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And iPhone 14 Pro Max is powered by Apple A16 Bionic SoC with Apple 5-core GPU with 6GB of RAM, while the Galaxy S23 Ultra is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 4 Galaxy SoC with Adreno 740 GPU with 8GB of RAM. So on the back, we have a triple cameras on the iPhone 14 Pro Max versus a quad cameras on the Samsung. And Samsung has a 200 megapixel main sensor on the back, while iPhone has a 48 megapixel main sensor on the back. The back on both phones is made up of glass. We have dual ion glass versus a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. We have aluminium frame on the Samsung versus a stainless steel on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And Samsung S23 Ultra has a 6.8-inch Quad HD Plus Dynamic AMOLED LTPO 120Hz refresh rate with Infinity O display on the center. We have 1750 nits of peak brightness with a curved display on the front, very slim bezels, while on the iPhone 14 Pro Max we have 6.7-inch over Full HD Plus Super Retina XDR with ProMotion 120Hz refresh rate. Also we have a dynamic island on the top. We have a completely flat display. We have 2000 nits of peak brightness. So right now, and the battery percentage on the iPhone, it is at only 53%, while the Samsung it is at 42%. And guys, also Samsung S23 Ultra has a 5000 mAh battery size with a 45 watt fast charging support, no charger in the box, while iPhone has 4323 mAh battery size with 20 watt fast charging support. Both phones also has stereo speakers. One speaker it is on the bottom and one speaker it is inside the earpiece. So now let's see that how is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is gonna perform against the Apple A16. So without any wasting time, now let's quickly open the PUBG Mobile on both phones at the same time. Let's see which one will open this game faster. Both phones is on same Wi-Fi network. So iPhone it is on the top, Samsung it is on below. So the iPhone 14 Pro Max it is slightly faster, as you can see. And guys, now first let me show the graphics options on the Galaxy S23 Ultra first. Now let's go to the settings, graphics, audio. So you can see we have smooth graphics with 90 fps on the Galaxy S23 Ultra, which is a really nice thing. Also in the balance HD HDR we have extreme frame rate. In Ultra HD we have ultra frame rate. So now let's play on smooth graphics with 90 fps, and also I suggest style on the colorful. 14 Pro Max also has a smooth graphics with 90 fps, as you know. In balance HD HDR we have extreme frame rate. In Ultra HD we have ultra frame rate. So now let's play on smooth graphics with 90 fps. Also I suggest style on the colorful. So now let's play arena training on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. I also enable the FPS meter, which you can see right there. So now let's play arena training. Now let's see that how is the Galaxy is gonna perform. Again we have stereo speakers. So right now we are in the game, so you can see the FPS meter 89 fps, 90 fps. Let me show the gyro on the S23 Ultra. Let's enable the gyro. As you can see, and the gyro works absolutely smooth with 90 fps. It makes more smoother. You can see the FPS meter all the time. Speakers looks really nice. And speaker sounds really nice. 90 fps, feels silky smooth, and I am playing this game after a long time. Okay, so far 89 fps, 88 like that. And guys, I am recording this video in 60 fps, so watch this video in 60 fps, then you will know the real smoothness of this phone.
Enemy down. Reloading.
Get in the car.
Clear.
You see, and the firing connectivity also really good on the Galaxy S23.
Expired.
So far
I got supplies.
we have 90 FPS.
Cover me! Dead! Clear!
Okay, so far this phone is performed really solid, constant 90 FPS support.
Enemy down!
Killing spree for the blue team.
Enemy down!
I need consumables.
Nice shot! Blue team victory!
As you can see, we are winning. So overall, I have to say regarding the performance of the S23 Ultra, as you can see, this phone is performed very solid. We see a constant 90 FPS on the Galaxy S23. So now let's play on the iPhone 14 Pro Max in the arena training. Now let's see how this iPhone is gonna performing in the arena training. So okay guys, we are in the game. Yes, the gameplay it is at 90 FPS. Again, let me show the gyro on the iPhone as well. You can see on gyro it is also works really nice even on the iPhone.
Match.
The blue team has scored for the first time.
The speakers it is little more bassier on the iPhone,
Reloading!
which feels good.
Enemy down! Cover me! Reloading! Cover me! Dead! Nice shot! Enemy down! Reloading! Cover me! Reloading! Kill!
Let's see, so far the iPhone also performed very solid, which is expected, but really impressed by the performance of the Samsung. For the first time we're seeing a 90 FPS support in the PUBG on a flagship Samsung phone, on any Samsung phone I would say.
Nice shot! Reloading!
iPhone speakers it is little more bassier, which I like.
Blue team victory!
And guys, we also win on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And guys, over I have to say regarding the performance on both phones is performed very solid. We see a constant 90 FPS even on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is expected. So now let's play on the Samsung S23 Ultra in the Sanhok bootcamp. Now let's see how is the Samsung is gonna perform in the Sanhok. Okay guys, we are in the Sanhok. You can see the FPS it is at 90, so 90 FPS so far. So minimum we see 89, so you can see 82 FPS minimum. Now it is again at 90, so really stable I would say. You can see the colors looks really nice. Again we have Samsung OLED display. Let's see how is the Samsung is gonna perform when we in the boot camp. So far 84 FPS, 88 like that, 81 FPS, 79. So minimum we see is 79 FPS so far. .87, so you can see FPS it is not that much low or fluctuate. So we are on the ground, 90 FPS solid. So far we are getting a 90 FPS, although we don't have a lot of enemies around me. Now we can see that one enemy. You can see the speakers it is not really bassy on the S23 Ultra. Now we are seeing some enemies. .87 FPS, 90 FPS, so almost 95% stable. And as you can see, overall I have to say regarding the S23 Ultra in the Sanhok bootcamp, as you can see we minimum see a 73 FPS on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Still really good performance on the S23 Ultra. So now let's play on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Let's see how this iPhone is gonna perform. Again, it does not have any FPS meter. And I don't know why the 90 FPS on the iPhone it is feels more responsive. So let's see very closely. I think don't see a single FPS, so which is a really good thing and expected, because I already know that iPhone 14 Pro Max is gonna perform really solid. So now let's go bootcamp. And now we are in the bootcamp almost. Let's see if we can see any FPS drop. Yes, it is. Not a single FPS drop that I can notice with my eyes. Again, don't see any FPS. Don't have any FPS meter. So we are on the ground. So far iPhone also performed really solid. And as you can see, overall I have to say regarding the performance of the iPhone 14 Pro Max and iPhone also perform really good in the Sanhok bootcamp. So guys, now let's see the battery percentage. So on the iPhone we have 46% battery, so we have a 7% drop on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, while Samsung it is at only 37%. So on the Samsung we see a 6% drop on the S23 Ultra. Overall I have to say both phones is perform very solid in the arena training as well as in the Sanhok bootcamp. And 90 FPS on the S23 Ultra it is really stable, but it is not as responsive as the iPhone 14 Pro Max when I move around. So you can see regarding the heating wise, both phones little warm. It is not like a overheating issue, which is a good thing. So overall I have to say if you need a gaming phone between these two devices, I would say that the iPhone 14 Pro Max it is a better option overall. We have better speakers, we have better battery life in some cases, as well as a better gameplay overall than the Galaxy S23 Ultra. So thank you so much for watching this PUBG test between the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra versus the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos like this, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. And I will see you in my next video. Peace out.